Hero Club presents Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu. Alright, welcome to a brand new episode of Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu. I am one of your hosts and creators of the show, Wheelchair21. Joining me tonight, as always, is the Janitor Joker.
Yo, yo, yo. The answer is spoilers.
And the other co-host and creator, Projekt RDM.
What up?
Alright.
He was gone, man. He was gone.
Yeah, he was gone
him.
last week. He was gone last week. But don't forget, we have kind of a rotation, so now that there's three of us, as long as, I'm here, the episodes can still be recorded. And I just need one of you guys to make sure the episode has, a co-host, so it doesn't just sound bland as hell with one guy talking about all the news and topics. Anyway, on today's show, for our lit list, we're going to be talking about the news that was revealed. One, about the recent, manga title, Kamen Rider W, Futo's Detectives, which, we freaking called that shit. The fact that Superhero Time is moving to a new time in October, as well as Studio Trigger announced a freaking Gridman anime, and then we'll have our discussion, which is going to be talking about, due to the fact that we now have the Gavan vs. Dekarangers and the Space Squad series movies coming out, what could be other cool possibilities to have if they were to explore this route of Metal Heroes, not just teaming up with Sentai, but Metal Heroes teaming up with writers in more, I guess, themed, fashioned crossovers. So,
not like superhero types, but actually like
real
versus
consecutive
films, like Sentai versus films, except the versus films are like
more about the themes.
Sentai.
Yeah, about the themes.
Like Gavan versus Gokaiger. Sort of like that.
It was kind of a negative aspect, because even though they're space pirates, he's a cop, but at least the lead-in was that, a cop that was a bad cop was arresting the Gokaigers even because of their previous crimes, because he was paid by the Zangyak, forces to capture them, but that's a whole nother story in and about itself. So, like I said, we got three big news topics. First off, let's go with the most obvious one. Superhero Time moves in October. Mucha, you were the first one, I think, to cover it for us. So, tell us about that interesting thing, about that great epiphany you came up with when you realized also the time schedule they were moving to on Sundays.
Oh, you mean how they're going to be broadcast at 9 a.m. and 9:30 a.m., going up against Dragon Ball Super and One Piece? All four shows owned by Toei?
Yeah, so when Kamen Rider Build starts this October, pretty much it's going right up against Dragon Ball Super, and Sentai's put in a death slot against the most popular anime in Japan right now, One Piece. Actually,
ratings showed that one episode 95, the one where Frieza goes all out, was higher ratings than One Piece.
Oh, that makes me feel so good about myself. That makes me just want to throw a stick at Keith Justice and go, ha! Not the greatest storytelling anymore, is it?
I mean, you're up against Frieza, and as we all know, Frieza does a lot of crazy shit.
And you know what's weird? Dragon Ball Super Frieza is better than Dragon Ball Frieza. Why the hell is it that, Frieza was already batshit insane back in Dragon Ball /Z, but Super just took him up to, amazing levels of being crazy.
Now he's like, no, man, I'm gonna fuck over the gods.
Yeah.
Why not?
So, yeah, the fact that they're moving to October, what's everyone's thoughts? Projekt, you go first. What's your thoughts on the shift in October and how this can either help or hurt but all four shows?
You're trying to get him canceled.
Yeah, they're trying to get someone's trying to get canceled.
But no, you have to think about it from the perspective of Toei, where they're just kind of like, oh, we're going to have to compete against someone for ratings. Let's compete against ourselves. They went the monopoly route.
No, they're trying to get somebody's trying to justify cancellation, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
They either want one. I'm guessing they want One Piece. They want One Piece or Sentai canceled because the fact that they're putting them up against each other.
I'm pretty sure they want Sentai canceled.
Oh, I can believe it.
I mean, if Toei really wanted to get rid of Sentai, they could have done that years ago.
Yeah, they could have gave us Ninja and Q Ranger back to back.
Ouch. Oh, man.
Oh, and then when I mean back-to-back, right after Ghost Sager, nonetheless.
Maybe the time slot would be a good change, though, because kids don't have to wake up early. Because, Sentai's time when it was airing was, 7:30? in the morning, and like kids don't want to wake up at that time. Especially the Japanese kids who like go to school constantly.
Yeah, like if you think about it, Sentai at the 7:30 block on a Sunday is like kind of ludicrous. Like if you put it on maybe like anywhere past 9 to 11, like how we had in America, where Power Ranger episodes normally aired at like usually 9:30 or 10 here, and on occasions they moved it to the 11 o'clock slot. Then Disney moved it to the 12 o'clock slot when they got the rights to it. Worked a lot better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not the first time Sentai's had like a time change.
Yeah,
like,
but that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's why it's such a big deal, because like Sentai hadn't really changed that much in terms of time slot.
No, they just
like that time slot like
genre.
really helped like the kids buy the toys more because it became more like noticeable for them.
I guess because like in America we had the afternoons for new episodes, and then we also had Saturday mornings. But
see, that's the thing. Like originally, Sentai before Mega Rangers changed at episode 8 was in like afternoons on Friday, I think.
And I heard another reason why they wanted to move superhero time was they were going up against what do you call it? The Pokemon show. The Pokemon.
I'm not sure
whatever.
if that's the case now, but like when around the year 2006 maybe, like when that happened, Bokenger's ratings were dead. Like that's when the ratings decline was really like super noticeable. It was only until like Shinkenger came along that was like, oh, we got something left, boys.
Well, don't forget that Chan Bara goes hard, man. Like, come on now. It really just gets people wanting to watch your show. Like, don't forget, a theme song can make or break your show. If your theme song sucks, and it's also like one of your most used insert songs, it's not going to keep you entertained, you know? But the change...
But,
yeah, what... like
I think it also should be, like, clear for, like, people listening who don't know the full story that the change isn't because of, like, Sentai's ratings, per se. It's because of another show
they
TVI wants to put on.
Yeah, they want to put a new show on to rival the other stations which open up Sunday mornings with news talk shows.
Yes.
And it's kind of like how in America, when we have those really crappy, like, Sunday roundtable discussions with all the nitty-gritty old people, like, on what is it, CBS and NBC? Like, it's kind of like that. They want to do, like, those kind of shows, where it's, like, those wake-up morning, like, news and political shows. Not, like, regular newscasting. It's, like, that weird Sunday morning, like, your grandparents will wake up to watch.
Yeah, and the kids can just wake up then at, like, an earlier, later time to watch their superheroes. Or to watch their anime characters. I mean, who knows?
Who knows what goes on over there? Maybe they'll just slap in a DVD or turn on Netflix and watch Ultraman. Who knows?
Well, maybe they'll wait for the time that Anime Godzilla comes around.
No one's ready for that.
I'm ready for it.
I mean, I'm ready for it because I'm pretty sure Urabuchi can tell a better story than Anno.
Oh no, the fire. But what if I disagree?
Civil War.
Shin versus Urabuchi.
Alright, so now let's probably move on to our next news topic, which is, we freaking called this shit. It is Kamen Rider W, Futo's Detectives, the manga.
The wind blows.
Yo, I saw so many people all upset, even though before they revealed it was a manga, Toei themselves stated, it's not going to be a video production. Yeah,
it's not going to be a video production. Though, I do find it amusing that the way that they like announced it was to have Shotaro and Philip like talk about it.
That was kind of like the website actually has like a dialogue box of them talking to one another. Like, yo, what's going on? Hey, I hear we're getting a manga.
Back, bro.
Oh, are we? I thought my actor was too big now for Toku. Shh.
Well, not in manga form.
Oh, that's Deno, buddy. What are we talking about?
That's Deno, Forze.
But he's still like technically in Toku with that whole fucking Rurouni Kenshin shit.
But yeah, no, Double manga. We know it's a direct sequel. There's no in between like we were hoping it'd just be the Shotaro story. So, yeah, what's everyone's thoughts? The fact that the Riku Sanjo's writing for it. What is it? Katsuya Terada is also going to redesign new Dopons, new monsters for it.
Yeah,
And the series is
Hideki
written by
Sukada.
Masaki, and the series artwork is done by Masaki Sato, who does Love Theory, which is a manga series we didn't even know of till like yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thoughts.
I think what also helps is that Hideki Sukada is involved, like supervising, because like I think he was like the biggest driving force for why Double is probably one of the more talked about Kamen Rider shows for the newer fans.
Yeah, because I was going to say, maybe this time around, since their artwork makes them look badass, this means, like, in the books, they're going to be treated more seriously and more like a detective show than, like, a comedy case that they were in the TV series.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, in manga form, they can do a lot of things that they probably couldn't get away with on television.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, look at the Kuga manga, where he's literally getting his ass beat by Agito.
Dude, he's going to get with her. And then, once you have a Kuga and Agito child, what the fuck is that going to be like?
Super Kami Guru.
That's right, Super Kami Guru.
Well, I am a Kamen Rider!
But yeah, no, like, I think the manga is going to be a good adaptation of, I think, what I think I wanted from Double was more serious detective work, more badassery, less joking, slapstick stuff that went on.
I wonder if, like, the manga is going to do, like, legit, like, Ishinomori's Kamen Rider manga, which, that's a pretty great manga if you haven't read it.
I've only seen
Why
some
don't we
scanlations.
why don't we just make a proper Skull movie?
Just make a Skull series.
I mean, that would require Toei to actually put effort into things.
Oh god, we need somebody to at least go on a rant about Toei putting effort into things, but, he'd actually make us pay for his time. I
mean, yeah, but, like, when is he gonna put effort into his things, is my question.
Oh, yeah, no, but straight on, I don't know, like, it's kind of weird, because I feel like the manga is the only place now where writers can be badass, it feels like, at least the more Heisei ones could get a better feel of what they should have been more geared towards or geared like. Because, I mean, like, if a Kamen Rider Drive manga was announced, for a fact there would be, like, a lot more intense cop moments going on. Like, real cop shit going down.
Like, I feel like the influence of Den-O can't be as strong in a manga form. Because Den-O was a really popular writer show, and its popularity is seeped through a lot of writer shows. For, like, the whole slapstick comedy.
Yeah, like when a lot of those quirks, like look at Emu having that weird issue where he was always tripping in the first third of the show.
Yeah. I keep on wanting to call him Emu.
Oh yeah, I know, I want to call him Emu too and see if anyone wants to turn him into a hamburger for me.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Because, like, and ironically, that's funny because he has an upgrade that is a hamburger. But, yeah, no, I mean, manga kind of should be able to work. It shouldn't be that hard to make a Rider series better. I feel like Double being detectives, Drive being cops are both writers that I want to see done in a real manga form, given more depth, more, I guess, grittier aspects and outlooks on life. Hell, I would love to see them rewrite the entire Ryuki series and put it into manga form, because that shit would be like something you would want to see turned into an freaking anime. Ryuki's concept alone would be a great, like, anime story.
I thought it was an anime story at first. I mean, it is Battle Royale, so I guess.
Just in this version, they just don't question what's going on.
No, that's why in the manga version it'll have actually Kamen Rider Duel.
Oh god, Dual. I'm not gonna lie though, I want to have somebody draw Dual for us.
No, do it, Lance. Do it. I don't care.
Like, get somebody to draw Dual for us so we can use him as a mascot.
For, like, when we talk about Ryuki.
Every time. What's the one question, Wheelz? What's the
one question? You know the answer. Exactly.
But yeah, no, manga, it's coming. And I loosely heard that Crunchyroll may be digitally publishing it to the North American crowd, but I don't know how true that is. That's just a rumor.
And if they did do it, I want them to do that, and then they'll say, like,
one.
oh, Yeah, the Kuga one.
Get me the
I just wanna
Kuga.
see how that shit crazy it goes.
Yo, dude, it'd be like freaking J. Jonah Jameson. Get me pictures of Spider-Man. Now get me the Kuga manga.
Give me pictures of Kamen Rider Kuga in manga form.
Damn right. God, I could just imagine because Godai traveling the world, like freaking like Parker come in. So do you need me to get you more pictures of Spider-Man? No, I need you to get me more of this guy of unidentified
God,
lifeline
dude.
number 4. Get me more pictures of Kuga.
No, we get Toei and Marvel back together, and they're just like, we'll have a special with Kamen Rider Kuga teaming up with Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Not Miles Morales, because that'd be a slap in the face.
But
to
like the
Kuga.
thing is, they have to like get it to make it that it's what is it the Rawlings version of J. Jonah Jameson in the actual goddamn comic, like it's drawn to look like him.
Oh my
Get me
God.
pictures of Kuga.
Get me pictures of Kuga now.
That'd be that's my dream. That's my dream comic.
Okay, change.org position changed.
Now
We're doing this
that we're talking about mangas and animes, maybe we should talk about the real thing. You know, Studio Trigger announces 3 new animes, including Denko, Chojin, Gridman, Baby Dun Dun. Yo, dude, that was the best part too. Is when someone literally was stating maybe they should have let off with this one. When they were talking about it to Anime News Network when they did the post originally.
I wonder if my first question is, I wonder if they'll have him do like those combinations that he had.
Okay, the one thing is we know it's going to be an original story that has nothing to do with the original Toku. So does that mean like everything's going to be changed? Like it's almost going to be like sort of like the Ultraman reboot sequel, or because like the armor design in the weird poster we got that's really poorly pixelated on the internet shows like he has like somewhat like this weird cybernetic knight-like theme look to him now. That's like
I mean, he was always
armor.
like a digital knight.
No, but like it's even more like, have you seen the poster? Like he's even more
not.
like his helmet's more robust and big and crazy.
Oh my God.
Like this poster is nuts. Like it's just ludicrous, and it just like it makes you think that it's like 7. It makes you kind of think like it's Ultra 7 from like that one never made Ultraman manga.
Okay, I
From
see
the
it
side
now.
profile,
It
like-
does look like a knight.
Yeah, like he looks more
like,
knight-like than he
It
did
looks like the
before.
tall geese from fucking Wing.
Yeah, or that robot from MLBX or whatever they call it. That that weird model kit, not Gundam, cartoon.
Yeah.
So like the fact that we got the Gridman thing, and the fact that it's still going to be directed by the guy who did the anniversary short that came out 2 years ago for Gridman and Sigma, was pretty awesome. Like announcements, like that's all we got for confirmation because they had their heads up their ass for their Gurren Lagann Kill la Kill crossover thing. Well, it's not a crossover. It's created by the guys who did both series. Like this is their 3rd time teaming up together on a collab, and it's some series called Polymar or Promar. And I'm like, no one cares. We want to know more about Gridman.
So I wonder if Super Riot is involved. I wonder if the writers for this Gridman thing isn't going to be like this high-profile person, but actually this writer from the Ultraman series.
Like that's what I'm wondering. Like with Super Eye involved, are they going to get the original guys that worked on Gridman to work on this, or is it just the modern day Ultra guys, like you're saying, right? Like is it the modern day team? I think it's just the modern day team, which doesn't like. I feel like it's not going to hurt the show entirely, but I feel like the modern day team, like out of the guys that are still there that did work on the original Gridman, I don't know if they're going to have a lost in translation of trying to adapt some of the at least themes and aesthetics from the original show. But I mean, like, since they're trying to make it sort of, I guess, just brand new in general, maybe they need to do something fresh that at least just loosely looks like what the original vision was. Because I mean, when you think about it, the original concept from the 90s was still kind of, in a sense, like it was trying to overestimate and oversee how technology was advancing.
Take over.
Yeah, like how technology was going
Basically,
to advance.
it had
So,
it did what Mega Ranger did later on in Sentai.
yeah, like it needs to. What it needs to do is it needs to be like that, but more in the modern era at least, because it can't.
So requirements of like the internet, just
Yeah, like it needs to be more required on like the internet itself as of today, Wi-Fi signals, because like I think one of the things that I liked about the loose idea of what Sigma was supposed to be when it was originally going to happen was that like the monsters themselves now are going to start materializing in the real world. So like what they need to maybe do is do a little bit of the proposed sequel with Gridman Sigma and the original Gridman and make an original story around the concepts of that, but add to the aesthetics of what we think internet and cybernetics and technology are going to advance with what we got now, because there's like that whole thing with like how you go from like Mega Man NT Warrior or Mega Man, what is it, Net Warrior or whatever they want to call it in Japan, or Mega Man Access, and then you go from there, and then you go straight on to like Mega Man Star Force, and like there's like supposedly this weird internet grid that we established in space to connect to our freaking satellites and shit, and it's all done like with like weird radio routes. Like maybe start thinking sort of like that kind of crazy to explain the development of what goes on, you know?
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, Gridman was never even cybernetic. He's just a dimensional being, which is even crazier.
He's basically less an internet cop.
Like, he's supposed to be an internet cop, but yet he's supposedly interdimensional, meaning he can cross dimensions, as we've seen in that one Subaraya stage show, where he showed up and literally everyone mistook him for Ultraman Max.
Oh no, poor guy.
I know. I really feel for him.
I'm just like imagining that like he's actually from where the Ultras are, from that planet, and like he's just the internet cop there. Like he just patrols the internet on the Ultra internet.
And then when he went after was it Kiefer Digi?
I just keep on wanting to call him like Digital Lucifer, because that's basically what he is.
Yeah, or like I just imagine like he breaks out of prison, jumps through the internet, then finds a wormhole coming to this universe, getting stuck into a computer, and then Gridman chases after him. He's like, "Damn it, I can't leave this plane. Fuck.
God damn it."
Like so, like yeah.
Like I feel like it's gonna, like, if it's successful, they may do Sigma, but for like season 2.
Like in this anime thus far, I feel like since it is going to be original, I don't know how much like of the characters will be the same, like, or are they all going to be brand new, like re-envisioned, like a full-on reboot. So I mean, I can't wait to see where this story goes and evolves from. I just know that the idiotic fan base that, you know, Superhuman Samurai Squad has in North America thinks it's going to get adapted as Superhuman Samurai Squad instead of being possibly dubbed over as. Yeah, like some people are like begging right now. They're like, "Oh, if this gets dubbed, Tim Curry better be Digicon or whatever his name was, you know, the actual Japanese character." So a lot of people are really looking forward to, you know, what's going on, what's gonna happen, and so on and so forth. Alright, so after a weird little bit of a technical difficulty and burp, though, we're back with you guys. I know for people listening that you don't realize there's a technical difficulty due to editing, post-production, and cutting, but we felt like telling you that. But yeah, no, Gridman coming back, it's going to be interesting. The fact that, you know, people are already wanting it to be dubbed or adapted when it gets done in Japan as Superhuman Samurai Squad is a little bit ludicrous. And the fact that they want Tim Curry to reprise his role, but to be the official dub voice now for Con Digifire, or is kind of ludicrous in my regards. Or I think like I feel like if anything, they should just get like a real voice actor to do it. Like anyone that's done really villainous, monstrous voices. Like honestly, the guy who voices the Jinchuriki in Naruto would be a good voice, I think, for Con Digifur, which is supposed to be Digi Lucifer, as Mucha said.
Digital Lucifer.
Digital Lucifer, damn right. So, yeah, with that was all of the news we've had this week. We just had Superhero Time Moves, the manga is announced, and Baby Don Don. And now we're just going to move on to our discussion topic about, you know, Metal Heroes crossing over with Sentai, crossing over with Kamen Rider. Like, what would be ideal themed team-ups that we want to see? Not in a superhero Taisen where all three are together, just Metal Heroes and one of the other two. And I feel like right now the reason why they're only doing Metal Heroes with Sentai is because Metal Heroes are pretty much Kamen Riders, and vice versa. Because remember, we had that discussion, thy name is Metal Hero.
Yeah.
And if people don't recall, just go check out our video library. It's there. There's an entire episode about us talking about the difference between Metal Heroes and Kamen Rider and how they're so similar, in some regards, in the modern era as of today. That I feel like just still I would like to see those themes, even though we're probably not going to get them. And the reason we brought up this discussion is because next week we will be talking about the Gavan versus Dekaranger movies. There'll be Girls in Trouble Episode 0, as well as the main feature film, Gavan versus Dekaranger. And the thing about it is, at the very end, they set up a new task force called the Space Squad Patrol, and it's pretty much consisting of all the metal heroes, technically, that deal with entities or villains that come from outer space, as well as Sentai teams that deal with that aspect or themed after space, as well as cybernetic aspects. So you got like Denjimon Mega Ranger, Ginga Men, stuff like that, teaming up with a lot of the metal heroes for this Space Squad unit. And we thought with those scans coming out before the movie was even translated, as soon as the movie like pretty much came out on Blu-ray and the Raws hit the internet, we saw those clips. We were like, let's talk about this and let's give people some like hopes and dreams of what we would want to see outside of this story that's being built right now with the movies on hand. So yeah, since we still have like only 30 minutes to 40 minutes left, we're probably going to have at least 4 to 5 options going back and forth about how we'd want to do a team up or whatever. So we're going to see how many options we can go through the entire episode, and we'll see, just what cool kind of combinations we got. First off, I'm going to pass it over to Mucha here. What kind of crossover would you want to see? Name one of your crossover ideas and how you'd theme it, if you can still hear me.
One of the ideas I had was based on... I haven't really thought of a story because I wasn't really thinking of just story. I was just thinking, who would be like a cool team just to see interact and like fight together? And like the first thought that came to my mind was Spielbahn, Juko Senshi Spielbahn, the Dimensional Warrior, and the orphans, well not orphans, but children that were kidnapped from Earth and brought onto other planets, the Flashmen, the Supernova guys. And I just chose those two because they share oddly similar themes in their story of abandonment, lost, and trying to find like hope in their lives. Because the Flashmen, they were taken from Earth at a young age by, Sir Kaller at the time, and they were raised on these other planets to like train their bodies to fight off Mess, who were the people that were there to ruin their lives initially. And they came back to Earth, and they're there for only a limited amount of time to try to defeat Mess and also try to find their family. And Spielbahn, it's kind of like the similar deal where Waller destroys his home planet, and him and Diana are like the only ones left, and they have to go to Earth because that's where Waller is next. And as that series progresses, it's also about him finding out about his family and how his father is still alive and his sister is also still alive, and he's trying to find her. And as that progresses, she becomes an interesting character in that situation that some people may know in the Girls in Trouble movie. And it's also that Spielberg can also work with Kamen Rider Black because they also share similar themes of like the hero who's fighting for like through the pain and loss of like life, because that's how Spielberg fights. Like even in the lyrics, you can hear him say, "My rage is about to explode," and if that doesn't remind someone of like Kamen Rider Black and Kotaro being like angry as hell at Gorgum for what they do to people, then you're missing a lot. And when Waller becomes very supernatural, it's very eerily similar to Gorgum as well. So 2 team-ups I have already are Spielbahn and Kamen Rider Black and Spielbahn and Flashman, or just combine all 3. It doesn't really matter to me.
Alright. I guess I'll go next unless Projekt has come back through our technical difficulties that we've had briefly on the episode. Unless he's not back. I don't think he's back. Okay.
He's dead.
He might be. We might have lost him in the mess of the issues. But my first team up is a really basic and easy one. One I want to see is, we've already sort of seen it through Ninja, but we never actually got to see all of them teaming up, and I want to see like a super huge like ninja crossover thing where, similar to like how Jiraiya had like that weird ninja battle royale where like all the warriors are fighting each other, it would be like a Ryuki like kind of thing where like some evil villain captures Jiraiya, the Kaku Rangers, Hurricaners, and Ninjas. It would be like pit them against each other, only for them to like try to break out of like this like, universal like fight system. So like think of almost like Thor Ragnarok, the movie, where him and the Hulk have to fight. So like they're all captured and they're just trying to break out from being captured and being forced to like fight each other, and teaming up to fight just some unknown villain. It's probably just going to be some ripped off guy from the Jiraiya universe, or like the resurrected Tao Zanto trying to just exact his revenge. Or you know what, just make the main villain from Jiraiya Tao Zanto, and Daimyo all working together, like, just make them all working together, trying to get revenge on the ones who defeated them somehow. And the idiotic ninjas getting just sucked into the mess of things just because they're ninjas too. They're like, screw it, let's kill all the ninja themed heroes.
Let's do it.
Like there's gonna literally be a part where like the senior ninjas go, hey, we know you guys. Oh wait, you know them? We know them too. And then like that's how they all start working together. So like Kakuranger and Hurricaneger are teaming up to like fight Jiraiya. Jiraiya's like, whoa, we supposed to be working together. Then the ninja's like, yeah, you all mentored us. Okay, fine, let's work together. Like some one of those stupid things going on.
Mm.
And I feel like one of the reasons why I wanted that was just the fact that if they put Jiraiya in the ninja movie, then why the hell not just put them all together for one movie, one short thing, and just have some fun with it. I also would want to see like there be a part where, since Kakuranger's there'd be like a part where they all stop like in the middle of the mecha battle or regular battle in general, where freaking Samurai Man shows up. And he just transforms in between the forms, so when he's in samurai mode, they all stop and, like, just look at him and be like, really, bro? Really? Really? Really?
Really, guys?
And then, the new Shuriken just show up and be, like, completely cool with that shit, since he's technically also part ninja, part samurai kind of thing. Because, like even in America, they kind of took a pop shot at the fact that, like, Shurikenger is a ninja that wears, like, a bit of armor, like a samurai, and uses a smaller and katana fight style. Like they even take pop shots at that whole thing even in Ninja Storm, so it'd be like funny, like, the new Shuriken and like he's actually the one who brings Samurai Man to them. That would be a better story. He's like, hey, I found this guy, he's kind of cool, and they're just like looking at him like, what the hell are you doing here, kind of aspect. So I'd want them to like all team up.
Shurikenger is kind of like Hurricanger's like Ninja Man / Samurai Man.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it would be funny. Like he just shows up with the vase or whatever again, just like, hey, he got in the bottle again somehow. Hey, I brought him to you guys.
Oh, you fool!
And then there's with all Akaninja and his battleizer kind of thing, where he's in his weird giant lion armor. They're just like looking at him, going, hey, he's a samurai too. No, I'm not. This is just high-powered ninja armor, dude. It's samurai armor. Don't lie to me.
Ninjas don't have armors, you idiot.
Now, like, I feel like as a dick move, though, I'd want to sneak in a Gaim cameo where he just, like, shows up at the arena to break them out, going, yo, I'm getting tired of hearing you from my planet. What do you mean hearing you from my planet? I'm right next door. This is getting annoying, guys. Just get the fuck out of here. Like he just shows up, breaks them out, and leaves. Like, why the hell are we, like the entire gimmick of the movie should be, like, they're just getting trolled by, like, samurais. Like, samurais just trollingly show up.
Oh no.
So I feel like there would be like a joke where you just see like one of the Shinkenjers just walking by, like looking at them like, hey. But actually that'd be a cool crossover, ninjas versus samurais. The Toku.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, your next option. What's your next option?
Alright, so we already did that, and another one, this is probably just a little shout out one, but Metalder and Maskman, just to have like aura power mixed in with like freaking Metalder's like robotic body is just like amazing. I just want to see that because that'd be like epic as hell. Like him using like Takaru using God Hand and Metalder's using like his lightning laser hand, and together they like karate chop the big bad together. Oh man, that'd be epic. But another one that I was thinking of, I'm trying to see if I could find my list I made. It's an interesting one, but there's Just Beyond and Ginga Man. Now, the only reason I put those two together was because Just Beyond is the guy who fights giant fucking monsters. He fights the Mega Beasts. And I just thought it'd be kind of cool just to see him fight with the Ginga Man who used giant beasts to fight evil. It'd just be a nice little parallel where there's like, wait, you use them to fight with others? Against other things? Holy crap, what's going on here? I'm usually just one destroying them with my ship.
Oh yeah, like literally that's how the crossover should start out, like he's actually hunting them accidentally. Because he got told that they're destroying something.
Oh no.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Or to have Just Beyond with like Changeman, just because it'd just be epic to see them together. But yeah, that's another one, just to have like the Mega Beast and the Seiju fight together. the Mega Beast Hunter and the Seiju fight together.
And even though you did bring up Just Beyond, I did originally have one written down as a note, which is the one where I think you originally told me you were going to do Just Beyond and Ginka Man. I had thought Just Beyond and Mega Ranger, because there'd be a part where he says, "I'm a Mega Hunter Beast," and and they're the Mega Rangers, and like there would be like a joke where like they stop and go like, "Does that mean you're going to hunt us too?" And he's like, "It just and it all depends."
No, the Mega Ranger should have maybe like one of the robot guys.
The other thing I also had thought of was like Just Beyond and Forze, but those weren't the real ones. Like I feel like using both of us using Just Beyond is very redundant. But the one that I really wanted to do was a Giban and Jan person crossover with Kamen Rider Drive, because they're like all like actual straight on like really like cops and shit. So I feel like Giban and Jan person and Drive would like really be like this awesome like cop trope, and like maybe throw Axel in there, be like he shows up later on, because like, you know, Drive's like, "Yo, I'm gonna call in some reinforcements," and then just drop like literally Axel just shows up to back him up. So we have like a whole bunch of cops working together.
Bunch of cops.
And like the way they should the way that I feel like they should also theme this out is like it's a regular cop movie, but then like at the very end, while they're like getting their butts kicked, or like right down when they track down the location of the villain's hideout, they realize that they're outmatched and outgunned. So that leads, you know, to Drive to call in his team. So like, you know, Chase shows up, and then they also call in Axel for support. But Jan person's like, "Hold on, I know somebody." Next thing you just see Blue SWAT come like freaking out of a helicopter, getting on tow cables, come flying in, breaking through the window. Like they're all outgunned, and like they asked like early on before they go to raid the place, Jan person's like, "Don't worry, they'll be here, don't worry." So when they're in the factory fighting the guys, they're like, "Oh god, we're all gonna die." That just you hear like a helicopter come flying by. You just see them come swinging in through the window. SWAT! You just hear like them all like shooting up the place.
Like speaking of Blue SWAT, I also had another idea for them with like either like Jetman or like Kuga or Agito, because Blue SWAT, as we talked about in the episode Metal Hero Thy Name is Kamen Rider, plug, Blue SWAT really influenced how Heisei did their things, like tremendously. Like the early episodes of Blue SWAT are very like much what Heisei style would go for, and I thought it'd be cool just to have like the original inspiration team up with like what Heisei initially was, like Kuga working with like these three great cops as they're hunting like this grongy criminal who's like I don't know, like a gangster or something like that.
I feel like this would be like the perfect movie though to also have Ichijiro come back.
Oh god.
Like actually, oh my god, do a crossover with Kuga and Agito. So like the guy who was G3 gets injured, and he's like,
yeah,
"Ichijiro, you need to take this suit." And then Ichijiro's like, "Now it's my time to shine."
And him and Godai fight together.
Yes! Because the suit is actually originally supposed to be the reason why that suit is even designed, it was supposed to be based on Kuga.
Yeah.
Man, I wish the original envision of Agito was a true direct sequel, because I wish they could have actually gotten him back to do Ichijiro again, so he could be G3. It's a dream I wish to see happen.
Blame Godzilla GMK, man. Blame GMK.
It wasn't GMK though.
I'm just kidding.
It wasn't GMK.
Well, he was working on GMK though.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't GMK though. It was actually a drama, from what I recall reading.
Yeah, I know.
It was some big time drama. But is that your choice for this round?
Blue SWAT and either like Jetman or Kuga and Agito. Yeah.
Right.
I would just like to see like Blue SWAT work with like the Jetmen, because the Jetmen are like the team that had to come together to like work together.
Yeah.
Find a way to work together.
But oh my god! But as a dick move, the entire movie it's just the four surviving Jetmen, and like the entire time to play off the Gokaiger aspect, we never see Gaiuki like corporealized, so it's him like trying to talk to them and him getting pissed off that he's trying to send them messages. It's like there's literally like a part where like you see him like they're all trapped or tied up, and out of nowhere like something from the like a rafter, like a steel rafter, just like breaks off like from a rusty old rundown facility just runs down and like cuts the rope, and they're like wondering, they're like, oh god, Guy must be looking out for us like the entire time. Like it's just them going, the spirit of Guy looks out over us, and he's like standing right next to him. I'm right here. I am right next. Like it's just like more of a like it's like one of the few times we'll actually see Guy in a comedy act where he's just like freaking out because he wants them to see him. but they don't see him, so the only thing he can do is like basic ghost stuff. So it's like there's a part where like one of them is gonna be like in a shower and they come out and they see on like a steamed up window saying go to this position, they're here. Thanks Guy. And then like out of nowhere it's like, Ryu, put some pants on.
What?
Like just stupid shit like that would work. You know what I'm saying? And then as a dick move, like the villains of that movie find a way to bring Tranza out of his vegetated state.
It's possible.
Oh my god, yes! And it's finally the return of Hirose.
The Hirose.
Okay, so my next team up, if you can hear me, because my mic is acting a little wishy-washy, I'm guessing it actually is about to die, is I want to see the Rescue Hero Trilogy and Go-Go 5.
Oh yeah.
I want the Rescue Hero Trilogy, and I kind of just want Fire and Sync Redder, or whatever they want to call him, Draft Redder, because he has like the power up. Like put those two guys, maybe the androids from Windspector.
Oh yeah.
And like just put those guys all together, like so at least there's at least some characters from all three trilogies. Not every character from all three shows, but have like at least the main protagonists and some of them show up. Have them team up with the Go-Go 5 guys since they're all rescue squads and trying to like save people. Maybe like as a cool cameo, maybe put in a few other rescue teams from Sentai, because there's not that many true on rescue teams. So I feel like just maybe bring in like some of the Bokengers, like because of their equipment could help for rescuing people. Because I would like to see like in the movie you find out that the Go-Go 5 team, like their dad actually reconstructed their mechas, and the idea could be is that like there's a part where like the fire engine's arms can't hold the building up by itself, but then out of nowhere Boken Red just shows up with his fucking bulldozer and then pulls it open like he's gonna make the feet and hold it up to hold up the building.
Nice.
Like I feel like that would be a cool thing, and then you see Boken Silver show up with Sirender and start putting out the fire. So like I feel like Go-Go 5, Bokengers, and the Rescue Hero Trilogy would work together, and I feel like the real villain of this would be is that Gaja woke up again, and the only reason Gaja woke up was because like somehow like wherever he's sleeping like a weird earthquake happened and like some strong Precious just landed on him, waking him up prematurely.
It was Precious from Precious.
Like that's what I feel like would happen. Like I feel like
nice.
that's kind of like the narrative of how he would get brought back, which would lead into some of the more ludicrous crap.
I just want also honorable mention is Jan Pearson, the purple robot guy, and Car Ranger, just to have Signal Man and Jan Pearson fight together, and Jan Pearson just looking at him saying, "You're a cop?"
No, it'd be funny. Jan Pearson and him get into a fight, and like they try to arrest each other.
Oh God.
Like
Sir,
literally there's literally a part where like Signal Man's handcuffs wrapped around one arm of Jan Person's wrist and one's on his wrist, but then Jan Person's cuff is on his arm and on the opposite hand's wrist, and they're like just cuffed to each other, and like the Car Rangers are like, so are you guys getting engaged or something?
What's going on here, guys? Nothing. He was policing without my permission.
Yeah,
I can't have this.
That would be pretty awesome. That would be a pretty funny thing. Like
Yeah.
I think that would be like really ludicrous. Is that your choice for this round, since we're gonna wrap up within the next 5 to 10 minutes?
Sure, why not? I just want to see that idea now.
The choice I have is actually not the best one, and it's probably not the worst one either. But I would like to see one that's actually the team up of Robotac, Kabutak, the Tokyugers, or X-Aid, because like X-Aid has the level 1. I feel like X-Aid would like the cute adorable form, like Robotac and Kabutak would see them transform and be like all shocked and like going WTF mate. Like it would be like the most interesting thing right now, like having them kind of like interact, and then like Robotac, Kabutak like realizing how serious like the thing is with like either the Tokyugers, like how like they're, oh my god, yeah, no, it would be great because the little kid Tokyugers messing with Robotac and Kabutak, it's like, oh, you're little kids, and then like they use their imagination to grow up and then transform, And then, like, the robots are just, like, all, shocked, or, like, with X8, they're like, they can't believe how serious things are. And then you have Poppy being, like, the adorable weirdo, just, like wanting to mess with the robots, like, poking them and, like using her Bugster virus to, like, go in them and possess them. And, like, hey, get out of here! Stop this! No, this is bad touch!
No,
so, like,
this is
it's
bad
just,
touch.
like, I would just, like, I think Tokyugers with Robotak, Kabutak, or X8 in them would just be so, like, it would be, like, something that could be very kiddie and fun, you know? It would just be something like I feel like all ages could enjoy, because it would just be like just ludicrous antics going on.
Nice. I can see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's your? Do you have one more round? Do you have any other choices of how you would want to do something?
I think I said a lot that I wanted to have in mind, but just for joke's sake, because I know people would say it instantly, is the Kamen Rider W and Metalder, because they have like the two halves thing going on. Maybe Kaku Ranger and Blue Spot as well, because they both like represent like Japan's economic struggles during that time. Like if you watch Kaku Ranger, like they progressively get more, I guess, respectable as people in terms of their appearance. They don't look like latchkey kids. They look like actual decent human beings that actually work a day in their lives.
Yeah. If you watch Kaku Ranger, they're all bums.
Yeah, they're all bums to start off with.
They all look like bums. They really do. That work out of a food cart.
Yeah. But another one that came to my mind is also Jaka and Jiban, only because they're both cyborgs.
There was one that I was telling you about that I wanted to do, but it's kind of ludicrous. But I kind of want to do Metalder and Kikaider reboot.
Oh yeah.
Just like bring Kikaider and Metalder together, since they're literally the same thing in some aspects and regards. Like just have them hanging out with each other, and I feel like having like Hiroshi Fujioka showing up and be like, man, it must suck for you guys, because like you guys are not really even human altogether. Like I'm a cyborg, but you guys are like almost 100% like an android. Like you guys like only have like some organs in you, but the rest of you is all machine. Where I'm like a human that's enhanced with cybernetics and stuff like that. That's one thing. I just feel like there's so many ideas that could happen, but they're probably never going to get made. Like I don't think TaJa ever like really wants to put the effort in, like you said earlier on.
Yeah.
They don't have they have that creativity, but I feel like it gets hindered because they just don't want to take the time to budget it. Because I'm pretty sure like there's people like Sakamoto and Inoue and a few other guys that have actually tried ideas, and they're just like, nope, ain't got time for that. It's like the meme. How can we make the next Rider show good? And then it's the guy getting thrown out the window.
Why not have a actual actor?
What? Hey guys, why don't we make a female writer that actually is an actual suit actor and actress that's hot, and have her survive the entire series? We like that idea, but she's still gonna die at the end. Does that mean I don't get thrown out the window? No, you're still getting thrown out the window.
No, you do. You do, fam. No, fam, you do.
And that's how Kamen Rider Malika came to be.
I would like her actress to return, like legit.
Well, she already did return. It's called freaking Girls in Trouble, the movie, which we're talking about next week.
We don't talk about things that didn't happen just yet.
Even though they did happen just yet.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you and your technicalities.
Technicalities. So, yeah, this week, we're probably going to be a little bit under an hour, which is really good. For once. For once.
Oh, I should drone on longer then.
Yeah, no, because that's going to lead to places we don't want to go. Like jokes that will be cut from the episode.
Only to appear at the end.
No, this time it's not appearing at the end.
Son of a bitch.
So, yeah, like I said, the crossover ideas all came up with the whole fact that, next week we will be talking about Gavan vs. Dekaranger, episode 0, and the movie itself. Following week, I think we said we were going to do... I don't remember what we're actually going to do.
I think we were talking about, like, the anime and manga.
Oh, yeah. The following week we'll be doing anime to Toku and Toku to anime, because there's so many things where that's actually happened, and see how we want to do that.
I mean, it's happening right now with Gridman.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So that's a good example. Thank you, Gridman News, for making next week's No, I should say the discussion in 2 weeks more relevant. Thank you, Gridman. You really helped us this time.
Thanks, baby Don Don.
And in the following week for episode 21, we hope to finally do the one series I've been wanting to do since we started this show, Ultraman Powered, a review for the entire series. Whoa now! Whoa! Whoa!
I mean,
Whoa! Whoa now! Whoa!
well now, fam.
So for once, we have like the next 3 weeks of episodes planned out for you guys in advance, which is astonishing because we normally half-ass the rest of this show the other 98% of the time.
I mean,
what's the worst that can happen?
You blame us? I mean, Cosby jokes. But...
Yeah, Cosby jokes, Miles Morales jokes, which I think we've only said 2 this entire episode.
Yeah, I decided to give Miles a break. I'm picking a new target.
Wait, who? Cosby or Gwen Stacy?
I don't know.
Norman Osborn.
I mean, I wasn't a college professor that's a bit... I wasn't having underage sex with her, if that's what you're thinking, Wheelz.
Wait, oh god, I'm guessing that also happened too.
Yeah, well, there was after her death, there was a college professor, and he became the villain known as Jackal, and he was, obsessed with Gwen Stacy to the point where
that's right.
He's the one who started the clone shit!
That's right, he was a stalkerish professor. Oh god.
I'm here to remind you of some of the weird things that happened to Spidey.
No, I knew he was one of Gwen's stalkers, but I didn't know that he actually was a professor.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know that's how we got to the clone shit because I have autographs from the guy who wrote the Ben Reilly comics. I have his autograph, which is funny, which I still need to get him to autograph sign my Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. But nevertheless, like I said, we planned out the next 3 weeks worth of episodes. Other than that, I don't think, there's much else we can foreshadow or allude to that's coming down the road. So we're going to wrap up now. Mucha, tell people how they can find you, where to locate you and your other projects.
In the Void with Shin Godzilla, apparently. No. You can find me on Twitter at Janitor Joker or on Facebook at the Toku Warriors. You can also find me also at Toku Warriors Twitter, and there's also the Toku Warriors YouTube, and there's also Sentai Bandicoot on Twitter as well.
It's funny that when he's not here, we still mention him a lot.
Yeah, he's my bro. I can't leave him hanging dry,
I am Wheelchair21. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter as Wheelchair21. My Instagram is TaJa_Doyle because some asshole stole the name. As well as you can check out Hero Club pretty much on social media at Hero Club for Life. Nevertheless, we got other shit coming down the road. We got other podcasts. We got other events that we're going to be trying to do and host and yada yada yada, aside from news, editorials. And don't forget to check out our friends over at CS Toys, as well as check out their new form section, because they got a forum now, and I'm a moderator there, so yay!
No man should have so much power.
I don't know, Kanye West kind of put that song to people's minds that everyone should have all that power.
Oh, yeah. Okay, found my new target.
Oh god, no, it's Kanye. Kanye memes incoming.
Yeah, Yeezy, you're on my hit list.
Hey, it's Wheelchair21, and thanks again for listening to an all-new episode of Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu. If you want to hear more content or see more content from the Hero Club YouTube channel, we're going to need you to subscribe, like, comment with some feedback, and share this channel with a friend. We also would like you to check out our website, hero-club.com, and follow us on various social media outlets just by looking up Hero Club for Life, as well as the stores you see are where we shop. Anyways, thanks again, and we'll see you all next time.